Hey, welcome back to another episode of Whiskey Row.
Hey.
So we're down in the speakeasy tonight. I have my wife Jamie with me, and she's got a peach martini I just made her. So that was the trade-off. I make her a peach martini, and she helps me out with filming tonight. Now we're doing something a little bit different tonight. We're going to be doing a double blind, and let me explain the rules of that. But before we do, if you haven't followed us on Instagram, please do. If you haven't subscribed to the channel on YouTube, please do. And always, if you're interested in supporting us directly on Patreon, please check us out on patreon.com/whiskeyrow. Now, tonight we are doing our first double blind. I've gone through and made 15 different blind tasting options and 5 different bottles in each of the 15 categories. So her job is to pick one of those 15, and then she is going to go and grab those 5 bottles from whichever option she picks. She's going to put them into Glencairns that are labeled on the bottom with number 1 and a number 1. The extra number 1 here is going to go on the bottom of the bourbon or rye or whiskey bottle, and it just matches up to the Glencairn. Before you're done, or at least once you pick which category you're going to do, just circle it so I know which of this category. Now, this is going to be an evolving list. I started with 15. I've asked the Patreons of the channel for additional ideas to add to this list. The bigger the list, the less chance I have of actually having a clue what these options are. I'm pretty confident that I'm not going to, in the moment, be able to pick out any bourbon. One of the hard parts about saying, okay, well, here's 5 bottles, and I know the 5 bottles, and I'm going to pour the 5, and then I'm going to move them around, and I'm not going to know which is which, is usually I can pick out half of them. So this way, I'm not going to know if I'm drinking a Michter's 10 or an Early Times or what the category is for the night until after I've already placed my bottles. You'll know what I'm drinking as I'm drinking it, and you'll see what she's picked out. I don't have to guess. I'm not going to have a clue which is which. I'm just going to figure out what I like the taste of better, describe it, and then in the wonderful world of post-production editing, we will actually make this into an entertaining video. Or at least that's the hope. Now, the one caveat is number 16 on this list, if you see it, is the option of picking 5 random bottles. So if she really wants to mess it up, she can go and just randomly pick 5 bottles, which is always an option, which means there truly is no way I'm going to have a clue what these are necessarily. There are going to be some that I'd probably be able to pick flavors out of, but I'm not going to. This is going to be hard.
All right, I need to drink before we do this. I've already picked out my number. David doesn't know, has no clue. Y'all, I have no idea how to read this thing. Told him I wouldn't be needing the little step ladder, but I think I'm going to use the step ladder. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and grab all of these down. I think he'll get mad if I sit and drink for a while. Yes. Seven. All right, y'all. Let's get down to business. Number 1 is Bardstown Prisoner. Thomas Moore Port Finish. Woodenville Port Finish. Blood Oath Pack 6, and then it's Blood Oath 7th. So number 1. I'll stick to my mimosa. Thomas Moore Port Finished. That sticker at the bottom. Whoever put a knife in this girl's hands was not very smart. And we got the bottle open, which is exciting. All right. Ooh, another bottle to open. That knife's coming in handy. All right, this is number 3, Woodenville Port Finish. Blood Oath Pack 6. All you experts out there watching me do this. Another one to open. I didn't do good in picking them this time. Actually, I probably did, because that means that David's probably not going to, some of these he might not have tried. So that means it makes it a lot harder on him. All right. All right. You can come in. do I know you're not going to cheat?
Well, they're going to know I'm not going to cheat.
Hey, guys. I'm not sure I trust this guy. What do you guys think?
So I'm back in the speakeasy. She's done her job. Anyway, I appreciate, Jamie, appreciate your help. Thank you so much. We've got our 5 bottles poured into Glencairns. The bottoms are labeled. I have no idea which is which. I have no idea what 5 she even poured. The paper's over there below the camera. I haven't looked at it. It's folded up like a bunch of times. So I'm not sure if they're still in order 1 through 5 or if she mixed them up for me. I'm really kind of at a complete loss. So I'm going to call this one 1, that one 5, 1 through 5. That smells like a lot of wheat. Kind of a wheated bourbon to me. Very sweet. Getting a hint of herbal, a lot of kind of honey and butterscotch, maple syrup, a hint of malt. It's kind of a cereal grain malt. That's about it on the nose. On the palate, I'm getting a little bit of proof. There's a good strong herbalness, but not too overpowering. There's herbal, there's a hint of floral. There's a sweetness to it, but it's not overly sweet. Kind of a butterscotch sweetness. Maybe a hint of honey. There's kind of a little bit of a charred wood to it as well. I didn't pick up the age at first, but now I'm starting to pick up some age. No, I'm definitely getting leather and tobacco. On number 2, I'm kind of getting a little bit of some clove, some herbalness on the nose, and there's kind of an oaky woodness to it as well. This has a really smooth, velvety texture to it. It has a bit of a cherry, some cinnamon. Ooh, I'm getting a lot more cinnamon now. It's got a really nice sweetness, though. Picking up on some age on this one as well. That one's interesting. I don't know if I've ever had that one before. My mind is jumbled right now. I really am kind of searching for flavors, and I'm trying to piece together what this stuff could be, just looking for, similar characteristics. Oh, that has a very pungent... On the nose, there's like this kind of turpentine paint thinner. Ooh, wow, that is really, really pungent. There's kind of a really strong paint thinner. Ah, wow, that's crazy. It's a lot of leather. I think that's what it is. It smells like a lot of like polished leather, which is very, very odd. I'm kind of scared to drink it. I really hope I don't die. Wow, ooh. So it tastes much better than it smelled. I'll be honest, the smell on that was a disaster. Again, I'm getting this like real soft creaminess, velvet kind of texture to it. It's very odd. I don't know what in the world combination she picked from the list. Flavor-wise, there's kind of some maple syrup and a hint of like cocoa, and then some herbalness. Maybe a touch of like rose. Like rose floral kind of thing. And then there's kind of this grain taste, but it's not like a grain. Like normally when I'll talk about like barrel bourbon having this malty graininess. This has kind of this graininess, but I can't place it. It's not a malt grain. It's very, very weird. It's not corn. This smells like a Four Roses to me. I don't know what it is, but it reminds me of a Four Roses smell. There's a hint of an herbalness, kind of an underlying, a little bit of a lemon, hint of clove, and then kind of a hint of just a very, very subtle caramel sweetness. Very subtle. On this, I'm getting a lot of cinnamon, a very strong herbal spice cabinet. The sweetness is very, very, it's not very sweet. Definitely more on the spicy side. After those couple that had some aged kind of taste to it, I'm looking for that aged taste now. On this one, there's a hint of that leather as well. Not really an old wood taste, but just a touch of leather. Ooh, that's more like traditional bourbon smell. Oh, that smells good. Getting a hint of floral, a hint of herbal, a little bit of tobacco, hint of an oak, hint of like some fresh, like almost raspberry, cherry kind of thing. All of these have this kind of velvety, creamy finish. I want to say these are kind of wheated bourbons, but they don't necessarily all have this wheated kind of thing. Maybe it's an age thing where they all have a little bit more age to them and it kind of mellows the flavors. And so I'm wondering if they're all kind of an older set, whether a 10-year or 12-year, 15-year, whatever it might be. I'm not picking up like a 15 to 18-year. The only one that threw me was this one with the nose that smelled like turpentine / paint thinner / nail polish / any kind of horrible chemical that you don't want to smell. That's this one. The number 5 was easy to pick out. I couldn't get over the smell. 4th kind of stood out. It was just really kind of this milky cereal, and it was sweet and mellow and easy, but it just was like too much of that kind of fruity, milky sweetness. I had a hard time between this one and this one. These two I kept going back and forth on. They're both actually pretty good. These first 3 were all pretty good. I was pretty happy with all 3 of these. These last 2, not so much. Number 5, number 4, 3, number 2, and number 1. So, as you can tell by how much I have left, 5th and 4th were pretty easy to pick out as the ones I didn't care for. 5th was clearly 5th. 4th was, it was clearly 4th. 3rd and 2nd were really hard, and actually 1st was kind of hard. 3rd was hard because it had this, it was more on the bold side, but it was really well balanced. But it was like I'd have one sip and it was well balanced, and then I'd have another sip and it would go to like a cinnamon bomb. And I'd put it next to that one and it would be like one sip and it'd be like, oh, this one's better. And the next sip, this one was better. And then I'd do this one and then I'd go over here and then this one was better. And then I'd compare these two, but then this, it was like really, really hard when I put them because this one kept switching flavor profiles, or at least how it was, how my taste buds were picking it up. Now we got to figure out which is which. So let me grab the secret paperwork. You can tell it's all folded up. My wife folded it up just like you see. Number 5 tastes like paint thinner. Like really, it tastes like turpentine, paint thinner, nail polish.
I did not do anything.
They
watched me the entire time.
All right,
That's so wrong.
I know it is. It's messed up. All right, you ready?
Tell them it's not funny.
Okay.
I'm about to all this off the table.
Oh, everything becomes clear when you know what you've been drinking.
Yeah, whatever.
So the 5 that she did are the Bardstown The Prisoner, Thomas More Port Finish, Woodenville Port Finish, Blood Oath Pack 6, and Blood Oath Pack 7. Oh, this was terrible.
Why? You told me anything.
I know, but it makes it so like I don't know what I'm doing at all because like
I told you I was trying to pick a hard one, guys.
This is a really hard one because all of you know that I don't... Okay, so the velvetiness that I was picking up was the wine finish, the port finish. Because all of these have that either Sauternes finish.
I think I opened like 3 of them, so I could tell that maybe you hadn't really...
Yeah, a lot of them I'd been buying for this competition, to do a wine finish competition. Mm-hmm. And you picked it from the beginning, and it's the hardest one because, one, I don't love the wine finished ones. Okay, so I almost can guarantee this is the Woodenville Port Finish. Because y'all know I don't like Woodenville product. Oh, I hope Blood Oath are number 1 and number 2. Wait, did you do the port finish or the Cabernet Sauvignon cask?
Ooh. Where's the port finish then?
Right here behind it.
I was trying to trick you up a little bit.
That's okay. It's a wine finish. Competition still valid. It's all wine finished. And it's number 2. Oh my gosh. So I'm already like not happy with this because number 2. Okay, let's start with number 5. Number 5 is number 3. I think it's the Woodenville. It's the Woodenville. I knew it. Number 4 is The Prisoner. This is a hot mess. Number 5. What's number 5? It's got to be one of the Blood Oaths, right? Number 5 is Blood Oath Pack 7. See, they kept going back and forth. I kept going, oh, these two are like, I can't figure out which I like better. So this must be 4, which is the Blood Oath Pack 6. And number 1 is the Thomas More Cabernet Sauvignon cask. So I'm really, really surprised. I would not have predicted this outcome. I'm kind of bitter. Now that I know what they are, I've got to say the Blood Oaths are both better than the Thomas More Cabernet Sauvignon finish one. It is what it is. The Thomas More Cabernet Sauvignon finish, I really kind of a well-balanced, pleasant, wine-finished bourbon. I think it stood out as being very well balanced, not overly sweet. The Blood Oath Pack 7, which is the first pour of my Blood Oath Pack 7, I hadn't had a chance to taste it yet. My wife decided to open it. Thanks for that. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I appreciate that. And it's on. I don't know if I like it as much as the 6. It's obviously a neck pour, and the 6 has been open for a month or 2. When this is all over, Jamie, are you going to help carry me up the stairs? So that's the Blood Oath 6. And that's the 7. I think I like the Blood Oath Back 6 better. So yeah, so that matches. Now, obviously, after a couple days, maybe this will perk up a little bit, and I'll get to enjoy it a little bit more. This is, honestly, I can't do anything with this. The Bardstown Prisoner, we've talked about before. I tasted it and opened it there, and I didn't love it. It's kind of a disappointment. I spent about $130, the same price as Discovery. And I think in that video, I pulled down the Discovery Series 3 or 4, and it blew this one away. Anyway, that's our first double blind here on Whiskey Row. Jamie, thank you so much for your help. I appreciate it. Love it when you come in the speakeasy and help. Hopefully you enjoyed your peach martini. Is it gone, or did you finish it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I chugged that thing when I got upstairs.
So might have to make
I need it after all this work you put me through.
Yeah, I might have to make another one. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you enjoy the channel, please subscribe if you haven't. Follow us on Instagram. We're doing some fun stuff over there. And if you want to support us, check us out on patreon.com/whiskeyrow. And until next time, find a bottle you love.